So I've seen something recently in the news that Midjourney is getting sued by Hollywood. And this is something I've always thought about with AI, that it's not really intelligent. So when you create something, a video, an image, it hasn't just magically thought of that image with no prior knowledge. It's taken my video, my picture, your video, the Mona Lisa, artwork, Star Wars, whatever it might be. The AI is being trained on all this data, scrape the internet, and you ask it something and it's kind of pulling all its previous things that it's taken from the internet, recreating something that's different enough to try and avoid copyright. But really, it's like, how long until? Because they think, oh yeah, AI is taking over, but it's like, how long? What will be the first case where they get sued for billions, millions, billions by these big companies? Because I was thinking about it this morning. It was like, if I painted the Mona Lisa, sorry she used this example again, but if I did an exact copy of the Mona Lisa, I'd be like, I'm a really good painter. I just went there, painted it exactly the same, and then I tried to sell it and say it's my own original creation. I own that. It's like, I would get sued, no doubt. Kind of annoys me on ChatGPT video and stuff where they have the little logo and it's like watermarked and you have to pay to get it removed, pay $200, whatever it might be. It's not an original creation. It's not intelligent. It's taken from a collection of data that it's gathered, and then when you ask it for something, it's drawing upon those references. And I was thinking as well, as like, oh, if you were brought up in a room and you wanted to imagine, your whole life you had no outside influence, you probably still could imagine, but it'd be like me saying, I can imagine something that I've seen. I could be inspired by Star Wars and recreate that. But if I was just literally to recreate Star Wars, I would probably get sued. That's in my mind. I haven't built a company using Star Wars films to train an algorithm that then makes profit. Because, let's be honest, if all this was locked away, if all these companies, if they're like, oh no, which they're starting to do now, but if it was all locked away and you weren't allowed to use other people's information to train an AI algorithm, none of these softwares would exist. And I think, how long is it going to be? Or maybe in the future, there'll be some kind of software where I could input my images and it would do some kind of trace and it would be like, oh, ChatGPT has used your images to train its model. Could you then sue them? Google VO3, has that used YouTube data? I know with YouTube you have to tick a box and say, oh yes, I consent for you to use my image to train an algorithm. You're not going to pay me for that, by the way, which I always think is crazy. It's like, I would tick that box if they were like, for every time your image or video is used when we generate something using AI, you'll get a percentage. They don't do that. It's like, we want to take everything for free and then create stuff from it, make a profit. It's just not right. Like I say, it winds me up because people say it's artificial intelligence. To say something would be intelligent would mean it would have to create something from its own unique perspective, and it doesn't. It's literally taking from everything that already exists and creating something from that. And if we hadn't created those things, could it? I don't think so. I'm sure somebody will tell me I'm wrong, but that's just my opinion. What do you think about AI? Let me know in the comments below.